All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And this is the second image that I'm going to be working with, the image of the crow. So for this image, what I'm going to be doing is I am going to be using the same basic techniques that we used in the last image, and that is going to be to use basic shapes. So what we'll start out by doing is trying to identify what some of the basic shapes of this animal are at the moment. And so when I first look, what I'm seeing first is this oval of a head and an oval of a body. Now those two ovals do have an angle to it, so the body feels like it's going at this angle. So what I can do is I can just go like this in order to get that angle going on. And we'll get that big kind of blocky oval created around that. Now I'm looking at how low it goes. I tried to kind of keep these two images about the same size as each other, so looks like I need to bring it up just a little bit. And in terms of the height from the top, yeah, I'm pretty good there. All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at that head. So that head is an oval with a slight tilt going like this. So let's go ahead and toss that on there. And yeah, I think that's about as far as it needs to be away from the top of the area that we're working with. So let's go ahead and just make that connection there. And that beak, that's not quite the right angle for it. Let's go ahead and make the beak go like this. Now it's kind of flat on the underside, it's more curvy on the top. And then a little bit of the front of his throat, and then the front of the breastbone of the bird here. He's got a little bit of a belly down here. And he's got a leg. That leg comes at an angle like this. And then it goes at an angle like this. Alright, and then we can get the other side. Alright, and then let's get the angle of, I don't know what you'd call that. The bird's crotch? I don't know. Here it is. Double check. Yep, okay. And then let's get that other leg. The other leg is going in pretty much the exact same direction as the first one I drew. There we go. And then let's get the direction of the bottom of the feet. So about like that. Now I didn't leave myself enough room for the log down there, but that's okay. You know what? It's not part of the bird. I'm not concerned about it. Alright. Okay, so there's the bird's foot. Let's go ahead and get the angle of the other foot, which looks to be roughly the same. A little different, but not much. Alright, now I'm coming a little bit close, so I think maybe this needs to get a little bit longer. Go. I need to broaden up this space just a little bit more. So remember, one of the things that helps too is to look at the empty space rather than to look at the actual object, because if you look at the empty space, you may realize that there is some inaccuracies that you need to fix. Alright, so that helped. Okay. Feels a little strange, but we'll go with it. There we go. Alright, now let's take a look at that wing and the tail feathers. So let's get the angle of that in. So back here, we've got an angle like this. Let's double check that. Yep. And then we just got to make it transition into the back. So if I made it too far out, that's fine. Just use the same angle, but bring it in just a little bit more. I'd say that's probably a pretty good place to end it, right about here. And let's get the angle down here. There's a slight change in direction near the end of it. There we go. And then we'll get this angle. And this angle is what intercepts with that leg. Ooh, I did pretty good. Let's double check that. Yes, okay, good. All right, now This just keeps on rolling until it basically comes up against the breastbone, and if I did a good job, which I think I did, yay! Sometimes I don't, sometimes I have to fix things. Alright, so if I did a good job, then I just get to go like that. Now, that's the overall shape of all of this stuff in here, so we got to get a little bit more specific. Now, what I don't want to do is I don't want to try to capture every little shape that's in here. That is going to make me insane. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on the major lines of division. And the major lines of division would be here, and coming from here, and then it kind of like goes like this, and then it does this weird kind of zigzaggy thing. And then we got this little part here, and I'll get that little shadow there, and I'm going to get the tip of the wing, because this is actually the end of the wing, as is this. We're just looking at the tips of the feathers instead of the sides. All right, so let's get that.